actually not too bad.
She's used to this. She's from the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Sean. Welcome to the Zoom. We'll go ahead and get started with Caleb, who's in the room.
Well, you guys made it to the end of the season. Tonight obviously didn't go your guys' way, but as you kind of look back, what are kind of your thoughts and feelings getting to this point of your first year in Utah?
Yeah, obviously not the night we wanted to end on, but I'm just so proud of the whole group. We've been so resilient this year. I know that's probably a word that's been used a ton, but I don't think it's an understatement. I think the girls have just done everything that they've been asked, and we've just been building and building and building, so I'm so excited for next year and just to see what we can bring.
And then I got to shout out the great assist tonight from you on Hannah's goal. I feel like that was a good example of how you guys have been able to improve, just getting forward and getting more opportunities on goal. Is that something that you even imagined yourself doing, 6 months ago with this team, having an assist of that nature? And how nice was it to see Hannah get another one?
Yeah, I was really happy to see the ball go in the back of the net for Hannah. Obviously changed the momentum of the game a little bit. I was hoping that, 2-1 we could, build on that, and then they pretty much finished the game off, which is what a good team does. So I think just taking those learning lessons, and we know that we can be just as good as they are finishing next year. So I think we showed that in a moment of really good brilliance from Hannah. So I hope we can just build on that and have more moments like that next year. Yeah.
Kind of two questions that are going to sound somewhat similar, but the first just being for the fans who showed up this 2024 season, what do you want them to walk away with after tonight?
I think you saw it tonight. Even in the last 92nd minute, we're down 4-1. They're still giving us their all. So I just want to say thank you to the fans. I want to say thank you to the whole city of Salt Lake City, embracing the Utah Royals coming back. It's been a really cool journey to see the development of the relationship with the fans this year, and I can't wait to keep building on that, and hopefully we can get more fans in the stadium next year and just keep building and building and building on that.
Yeah, you kind of stole my second question, but
Sorry.
Beautifully said. No, perfectly said.
Yeah.
But yeah, what should fans bring next year? Because there will obviously be some changes in the offseason. There's a lot of growth and learning that's happened. We saw the team ramp up towards the end of this campaign. So, what should the fans bring, though, for the 2025 season?
I mean, I think that they just need to bring their authentic selves that they brought this year, their energy. We want to be better for them. We want to put on a show for them. So I think as long as they keep bringing it, they can expect us to keep bringing it as well.
So right now at the end of the season, what are your thoughts? Are your thoughts already on the next season, or you're kind of like, I want to rest, I want to get my body back into shape?
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really gotten that far. I was all focused on this game. So I think I have some individual goals that I want to work on and work towards this off season. And, when it's time, I'll probably take a little bit of time off too. But otherwise, it's just all in for 2025 and getting ready, getting the girls, getting myself ready to have a good, hopeful, successful season.
How do you feel today playing as a right back?
Yeah.
It's a position that I've never seen you before. How do you feel playing there?
It's funny. I played there in Kansas City a lot, so I'm pretty familiar with it. Obviously, haven't played there at all this year, so it was fun to get up the pitch a little bit. Obviously, giving up 4 goals, being part of the back line, I'm not really happy with that. I don't think anybody on the back line or on the pitch is happy with that. But yeah, I just want to do whatever the team needs. So when Jimmy said we need you to play outside back, I just said, all right, let's do it. And
And also, what was your favorite memory for this season?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I just think the moments that we've had, in training in the locker room with the girls, it has not been an easy season, but the girls have definitely kept me going, kept everybody going, and I'm definitely going to remember all the memories we made this year. Even though it was a little bit of a rocky road, we still got through it together, so definitely that.
Una pregunta solo. ¿Qué tendría que tener este equipo el año que viene para competir con equipos como el de esta noche de Nueva York?
Yeah, I think we saw, 67th minute, they're bringing in world-class players, substituting them for world-class players, right? So, that next level where we have that depth, I think we need depth in every single line on the field. We need, players that can come in and really compete for spots. And so I think the second we made a mistake, they were punishing us every single time, right? You can't turn the ball over against a team like that. They have so many offensive weapons. So I think that's just a team that we look to, we aspire to, develop into. And I think we have pieces right now. I think in the offseason we add a few more pieces, and I think we can definitely compete, if not, rise above a team like that. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Kate.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys for everything this year. Thank you.
Don't worry. You'll see her again on Monday.
That's true. We'll see you Monday. Supposedly Maddie Casey.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly he knows somebody.
Yeah, he does. We just prefer to have a club representative do it.
Yeah, makes sense. But I mean,
All right, we'll go ahead and get started with Jimmy. Caleb, got the mic.
So talking to Kate a little bit, she mentioned that it seemed like with Gotham, obviously a very impressive team. They have a lot of depth off the bench, and a lot of things they did tonight she felt like you guys could learn from and hopefully kind of be in their position at the end of next year. Do you feel like watching them today that's kind of the model of what the Royals can be, or what you would like them to be in the near future?
I think there's a part of it that's definitely true in terms of I think they had quality. They were intense. They had a lot of pressure. They wanted to go. I don't think I will ever want to be another team in terms of how they play. I think we have different quality. We have different players as well. So I think it's about our identity and making sure that we play in a way that we want to play. But I think obviously if you just look at what they did in the first half and definitely the last 20 minutes, just being able, one, to bring on players, top quality players that were just able to pick up a role and immediately press. I think that was just impressive. I think that's also what we knew that was going to happen in a way. I think the first half we lack quality and intensity. The second half you lack quality, you have more intensity, but in the end you miss freshness. I think that's what you pay cash in the end. We scored at 2-1 and I think that's okay. That's a good goal. I think overall the second half, the first 25 minutes we were okay. We changed a bit, went to back five, being able to press a bit higher again, which was important to us. But then you just see at the end of the game that you're missing a lot of freshness and you give away goals, of which I think and I hope we will never see them again in general.
And kind of on that note of things maybe you don't want to see again, as you enter the off season now, where does your focus go as far as priorities and what you hope to improve upon for 2025?
Fresh and healthy players. I think that was what we were lacking today as well, just in general. I think we made the subs that we were able to do from a medical freshness point of view. So obviously it becomes hard. But I think just in general, if we look at what we can do better next season, is just stick to our identity and make sure that we play the way that we're doing on practice. And obviously playing against Gotham, playing against Orlando are good teams to play against, but you have nothing to lose, so you just have to show up. And I think that's what we didn't do in the first half today, but what we did in the second half a bit more. Obviously in the second half you're 50% down on freshness, 50% down on just intensity in general. So I just hope that we entered the game in the same way that we entered the second half. And I'm not saying we would have get a different result, but at least we would have got a better game. And that's what we want to give this, to this audience and fans in general.
Jimmy, enhorabuena primero por el nombramiento que no había tenido tiempo de dártelo, muy merecido.
Congrats on being head coach. He
Thank
wanted
you.
to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Y la segunda, dos preguntas muy rápidas. ¿Qué tienes preparado para las chicas para esta larga pretemporada? ¿Qué tienen que hacer ellas?
How do you want to prepare the girls for next season, for this longer season?
I think first of all, mental, physical rest. I think they've been through quite a lot this season, and obviously we can keep on talking about resilient and being resilient, but there is also just a limit to what a person, what an athlete is capable of, and I think we've hit a few of our limits today just in general. So I think it's a healthy thing to say that we just need a good off-season filled with family, with vacation, with friends, just being able to reset fully. Because I do know, and I think that was a funny thing of this game as well, after the game, few of the players coming to me and actually trying to get me in a better mood instead of me going towards them, and they were just saying, hey, next season we're going to be top 100%. Ellie Sentinel was one of them. Kay Del Fava walks up to me and they were quite confident on, hey, just forget this one, next season will be better. And in a lot of occasions or situations, is the coach getting towards the players. This time it was the players, so I think there is a big belief. There is a big thing growing in this group. It's just making sure that everyone gets the time off that they need, and then I'm quite convinced that we'll have a fun season next season.
Y la última, ¿qué le vas a pedir a Papá Noel para el próximo año tu equipo sea tan bueno como Gotham, por ejemplo?
What are you going to ask for Santa for your team next year?
Well, I have a list of players. No, I think, like I said, I think we've been in a tough corner the last few weeks. I think everyone sees our availability report. So my biggest wish is everyone wants to be happy and to be healthy. I think that's the biggest thing you can wish to someone. Obviously, I've been in situations myself, so health is the most important part for an athlete, for a person. And when we talk about health, it's about mental health, it's about physical health, and making sure everyone walks into the building just fresh and ready. I think that's the biggest thing we can ask for every player in our building and every staff member, that everyone is ready for next season, because next season is going to be a very good one.
La última, perdón. Cuando te renovaron, ¿te han exigido digamos, alguna meta para el próximo año?
When you were named head coach, did they give you a goal for you to meet for the next year?
Sorry, go again?
When they made you head coach, did they give you a goal for you to meet for next year?
I think, if we're honest, we need to reach the playoffs next season. I think that's as simple as it gets, and everyone knows and everyone saw last year with Gotham what playoffs can do. So I think it's our biggest goal next season to be competitive from the start on. I think looking at the last few games, we were very competitive, so let's make sure that from the first day on we're competitive. And then the personal goal as well is, if you look at the progress that some of the girls made this season over a whole season, looking at Mandy, looking at Kay Del Fava, looking at a few players, Ana Tejada, who has got called up and even got 15 minutes. I think that's our second goal, just making sure that we have a very strong environment for every athlete to become better. I think that's the biggest wish that we can have, and that's what we have to do as a staff, just making sure that there is a very good environment for every player to develop. We have a few very young, exciting players with Brecken, with Ali. They have to become better, and we are responsible for that. So I think besides the on-pitch table goal, I think there is also just a very big goal that lies within the training facility on a daily basis, and making sure players are progressing off and on the pitch.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Anybody else?
How is for a head coach have these situations, like all these players injured? How do you prepare the game for today, knowing all the players that you don't have available?
It's my biggest loss, I think, as a head coach ever. So I think it's special to me as well. But obviously, I think the players on the pitch today, they gave everything they had. Just as simple as that. And I know I've been referring a lot to her, but if you look at what Bedford was able to do, Bedford would just keep on chasing. And although technically sometimes we're not 100% right, we're not 100% good, but if you have 3 or 4 players that want to make it up for each other, that's very important. But as a head coach, like, I work with what we have, and that's just as simple as it gets. So I don't think I should be looking for any excuses. I'm at least 90% of the issue today. Just making sure that next time we do a better job from a staff perspective, protecting the players as well against those results. Because in the end, like, I'm suffering from a 4-1, but there is a whole training, there is a whole locker room suffering from that now. So we just have to make sure that we do the right stuff next season. And like I said, I think the players showed up today. Second half was way better, looking at just the situation we're in. And like I said, we did 2 subs. Those were the 2 subs we were able to do today. We did them, and then it's up to the players on the pitch to just keep on going, and that's what they did until the very last minute. I think being very frustrated if a goalkeeper of the opponent takes 20 seconds too much after being 4-1 down, that's a good mentality. That's showing the crowd, showing the people that you don't want to stick to these situations and you do want to improve yourself. I saw a lot of players being frustrated with throw-ins and players taking their time, being 4-1 down. I think that's just something very good. I think we could have turned it as well, and I saw Mandy having quick restarts. We could have told Mandy just to slow down and just to make sure we didn't take a 5th one, but we wanted to keep on going, and that's also a mentality point of view.
Sean, anything from the Zoom? All right. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you. Have a good end of season, end of the year.